Good evening, Lake Orion. Well, the grass is green right now, but it's probably going to be snowy on Thursday and Wednesday night. I'm your host, Anthony, much better looking than Ian Witherspoon, and I am a Taormina.
Grass looks brown. Oh, Ant?
The grass is green.
We just got off the long graces of the food drive. Of course, I heard.
Food drive was very successful.
I am just getting my hearing back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think so?
I hope so.
The food drive was very, very successful.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Lake Orion ONTV, for the donations and for the food drive. Congratulations.
Thanks.
I didn't say for you. I said ONTV as a whole.
Oh. Well, we were not here last Monday.
Because we had the food drive.
We were honoring the presidents.
Yeah, honoring the presidents, and then they just had They had an emergency at the seniors at the Orange Center.
What was the emergency?
Flooded.
Oh my gosh.
It flooded.
They get the ark out?
I have no idea if they got it out or not.
Get them out of there 2x2?
I have no idea.
Are they back to being dry now?
They're having to redo everything.
Holy mackerel.
Yep. Terrible.
Whew.
Terrible.
Wow. Well, kind of like the Pistons, huh?
They're done. They're done.
Pistons made some moves.
I told you. The Tobias Harris deal's interesting, but they just had to avoid a trade today. Did you hear about this?
Yeah, I heard about that.
I told you.
Do you want to describe that?
Let Ian describe it.
Let Ian describe it.
You want me to describe
You
it?
can describe it.
They tried to get 2 players from the Rockets. One of them failed their physical. The trade has been avoided. That's it. They were bench players. What was Marcus Thornton?
Yes.
And blah, 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 Valanciunas, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
That's what happened to that trade. Down the toilet. Good night.
For Joel Anthony and then the...
So does he come back?
Joel Anthony
he comes back.
So he goes... Does he have to stop in Houston on his way back, or can he just come to Detroit?
No, he just comes to Detroit.
Oh, okay.
But then the Pistons keep their first-round pick.
They might need it now because they're 2 games under 500.
Yep, and they're finished.
They got LeBron tonight.
Yep, they're
down
done.
at the Q.
They'll lose that.
Probably. They got the Raptors coming up. They got the Spurs coming up.
Loss.
Yeah, it's going to be rough.
I'll tell you why the Pistons ain't making the playoffs, and you're going to be getting me my dinner.
Do you know what you want to eat?
Yeah.
Okay. Just
An
hold
Olive
that
Garden
until
dinner.
April.
Olive
Garden?
Again!
I thought we had Taco Bell worked out.
Oh, yeah, we talk about work.
It doesn't matter because you ordered $30 of Taco Bell food.
That is true.
So we can go to Cruz and Mirror. We can go to Andiamo. I'll take you up to Coach Insignia at Detroit. Wherever you want. You spend the money anyways.
Hey, I told
shaking
you, the
that hand.
Pistons are done. They're finished. You know what I mean? This team is a disaster waiting to happen. They're 1 year away from being good. This is not the year for them to be good. I told you that 6 months ago.
So will you do this bet with me next year?
Would I do this bet with you next year?
Yeah.
Heavens of Betty Ross, no.
You think that's wise on his part?
Well, anyways, here's my opinion on the Pistons right now. I was a bit surprised at the moves that they made. I thought that their core was it's a work in progress, but it's not a finished product. One thing I thought about with the Pistons team that won it all in 2004, 2005, was that Piston team a finished product? Probably not until the 2004 championship team. The point
Until
is
they got sheed at that trade deadline.
Right. The point is, this Pistons team is not a finished product, and to contend for a championship, you have to have a quote finished product in place, and the Pistons are not at that moment. Not at the moment a finished product.
But
they've got good pieces, but they're not a finished product.
So, but I feel like they need to make the playoffs, though. Even if they get bounced in the first round.
They're going to get blown. They won't make the playoffs.
I feel like they need to, though.
You feel like they need to?
Yeah.
This team ain't making it because here's
Well,
why.
I tend to agree with you right
Charlotte,
now.
Charlotte right now
Here we go. Charlotte.
is a much better team than the Pistons right now because of Kemba Walker. You look at this Detroit
You let
Pistons
Anthony
team.
Davis of the
You let Anthony
Pelicans shoot
Davis of the
59 and 20.
New Orleans Pelicans, a Pelican, go for 59 points, 20 rebounds.
Yeah, I watched the whole game.
That tells me that team, that Piston team, is a sense of failure waiting to happen.
They are changing their logo next year.
They
The
have
Pistons.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
They have no rebounding, none whatsoever besides Drummond. They have no true four. Tobias Harris is supposed to be a true four. What are they changing the logo to?
The
I think your
older,
face.
the old, back to the old Detroit Pistons logo.
From the
before
1990s?
horse. Yes.
You think so?
That's what they're looking like they're heading to.
Who told you that?
That's what I've looked at, numerous logo sources.
Logo sources.
Yes.
You think they'll bring back the old Piston jerseys from the old 1989, 1990 days?
I hope not.
I mean, they're not much different than they were. The logo's not even much different than it was. Round.
No, when they won the NBA title, you know, they still had that horse head as the logo.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
No,
A little
it was what
bit,
it
very
was.
on and off.
All right. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. I wanted to bring up Andre Drummond.
Yeah, what about him?
Can't make free throws.
Can't make free throws?
He can't make free throws.
Of course not. People are going
And
to play hacker trick.
I'm really not. He's been bugging me.
I know.
He has looked uninterested.
I know.
What's that all about?
Because
For a guy that's going to be a free agent. Hello.
he's sick and tired of all the losing that's going on here.
Well,
in
as he
Detroit.
goes, the team goes. When he's playing well, the Pistons play well. When he's grabbing 20 boards a game,
He's
This
still
team
getting a
is
double-double.
disinterested. This team is disinterested because you look at this team,
they don't play defense.
they don't play defense, none whatsoever,
And how can teams get all those points in the paint when Andre Drummond's your center?
because
You can't allow
you
it to
don't have a
happen.
true four.
No.
I mean, Tobias Harris is supposed to be a
That's
defensive
always been
stopper.
one of Stan Van
You don't
Gundy's-
have a true four.
That's always been one of Stan Van Gundy's true weaknesses, though, is having he wants to have a shooter four that shoots, but when you do that, he has to assume responsibility or take responsibility for defending as a four. The Pistons do not have a power four, and when you don't have that, then things are going to happen. Teams are going to take advantage of the post. And I think that, and that's kind of what Stan Van Gundy's issue with Dwight Howard was back in Orlando, was Dwight Howard, even though as good a player as he is,
Was.
was good a player as he was back then, he couldn't do everything by him, couldn't do everything. You have to have somebody else helping you rebound, helping you defend, and that's usually typically the four position. And you don't have a, you don't have a true typical four, and that's something that Stan Van Gundy has to take responsibility for.
You know, when you look at the Pistons, the trade of Ilya Silva is going to be a disaster for this team
Why?
because he takes charges. He'll shoot you three when you need to. Tobias Harris, good player, but young player.
Yeah.
But
More athletic,
more
younger.
athletic, but the potential's there. He's all potential. Whereas Ilya
So
Silva
it's Van Gundy's job to
did
get that out of him.
everything
Yeah,
you
he
know,
did
did
too
everything
much.
for him. You know what I mean? He shot
Yeah.
threes. He could take charges.
You can't live off potential.
Can't
You
live
have to
off
get the job
potential. You
done.
got to get the job done.
But when you take a 23-year-old and you're coached like Van Gundy, you gotta take a chance on that potential that you can get it out of him as a coach.
Have you heard of 4 words called bust? Bust. That's what the Detroit Pistons are.
I
Bust.
heard one word.
Yeah.
That was
Where's
one
the
word with 4 letters.
Letters. Letters.
One word with
Here
4
is
letters.
why the Pistons are going. They won't make the playoffs. You're gonna be buying me dinner. Ant's gonna be just hollering. Gonna be going to Hawaii right now.
Aloha, oi.
And then
Why
of
are you going
course,
away?
God, I deserve it.
and then of course,
You deserve
you
to be
are
shot
gonna
out of
be,
a cannon.
you are
deserve
gonna be
it.
buying me dinner for the next. Let's see, for a day, and
I'll
I'm
get
gonna
you a
enjoy
Happy
it.
Meal.
You are not giving me a
Get
Happy
you a
Meal.
Happy Meal.
You are not giving
Hold
me a
the
Happy Meal.
toy.
You're not giving
You don't
me
even
a
get
Happy
the
Meal.
toy.
You are not giving me a Happy Meal. Yeah, I told you. I told you.
I feel like this is a rerun.
I feel
like I'm
every
watching
Monday,
a rerun.
I'm rewound
I'm watching a
through
rerun.
my life.
Because I'll tell you what, the Detroit Pistons.
It must
ain't
be
making the
Ian's
playoffs.
beard and mustache look.
The Detroit Pistons ain't making the playoffs because they're 1 year away. They are.
So do you think this roster is one that can contend, but it's a year away?
Of course not. Because you look at
Any
this
final
team,
thoughts on the Stones?
You look at this team, they're in so much trouble right now. They're in turmoil. They're going to be in turmoil. You just watch.
Any final thoughts on the Stones?
They're done.
Drummond needs to wake up, get motivated, and I wish everybody could play defense like KCP.
We'll be right back with Between Taorminas on ONTV.
When I'm in Lake Orion and I want to catch up on sports, I watch Between Taorminas.
Prescription drug abuse is a national epidemic. The new in way to obtain drugs is through parents' or grandparents' medicine chests. Removing prescriptions from your cabinet is the best way to keep drugs out of the hands of our young people. We've got to work together to protect our teens, our seniors, and our environment. Clean out your medicine cabinet today. Please participate in Operation Medicine Cabinet and drop off your unwanted or expired prescriptions at one of our law enforcement drop-off sites in Oakland County. We can't ignore this situation anymore.
Welcome back. Ant?
Yes, let's talk about you want to touch on baseball?
You want to touch on baseball? It's
Well,
back.
we can touch about the Stadium Series.
Save that for a minute.
Okay.
Baseball.
You want to talk about spring training real quick?
Of course. Of course.
Oh, do you?
Of course.
Do you see all the, what do you call them, projections that are coming out?
No, I haven't seen him yet.
You haven't seen any come out?
No.
A lot of them don't look very favorably on your Kansas City Royals.
Really?
I don't know why. Maybe it's that lack of starting pitching might finally catch up to them.
Let's see. They have a bullpen and they have hitting.
Didn't they
Let's see.
project? Wait, in the AL Central though, let's be fair. The AL Central, doesn't the AL Central, they're projecting the Royals to win the AL Central again. Even though the
Some.
Tigers have made strides to contend.
None are projecting the Tigers. Some are projecting the Royals to finish in the basement.
Interesting.
But
the
those,
Who they
I
got
don't
winning?
necessarily.
Who they got winning the division? Chicago?
Chicago, one's got Cleveland.
Chicago just picked up Jimmy Rollins today.
Big whoop on a minor league deal.
Whatever.
That is kind of a good
They
pickup,
got
actually.
Chicago, they got Cleveland winning?
Some do, yeah.
Cleveland, I'm not sowing Cleveland.
I don't know.
I'm not sowing Cleveland.
It will be a highly contested division, though.
Where they have the
I
Tigers
think
finish second, third?
third, fourth, yeah.
Oh, that's not like.
You know what? But a lot of these projections are based on numbers. And baseball, it's a lot of numbers. It's a game based on math, but then you also have to play.
Right.
So the numbers go out the window at a certain point.
That's why I'm saying Kansas City's going to repeat as Central Division champions. Because here's why. They have hitting. They have a bullpen. You say they don't have the starting pitching, but let's look at the rest of the division. Cleveland doesn't have a bullpen. Let's look at Chicago.
Cleveland doesn't have a lineup either.
Yeah, they don't have much of a lineup either. But Chicago, let's look at them. I mean, they made some great strides.
They got a decent front end of the
got a
rotation.
decent
They
end.
got a pretty good
They
lineup.
got a good closer in Robertson.
They
They got a
yeah.
good. I mean, their bullpen's okay.
Eh.
But when you look at the Tigers, what have they improved on? What have they improved on? You tell me what they've improved on. They haven't improved much.
Let me help you here. Where do you want to start? What position do you want
Let's
to
look at
start
your
at?
Well, before you two argue, let me get my 2 cents in, okay? But right now, here's my opinion. Right now, the division goes through Kansas City, and it should, because Kansas City did
They're the world
went to
champs.
Yeah, they're the world champs. They went through all the stride last year. You notice something? The AL Central is getting very disrespected this year.
Disrespected?
Disrespected.
You think
yes.
so?
Yes.
I think it's one of the best in baseball.
I do too. But if you look at, they think that the Yankees are better than the Central. They think that the Red Sox are better than the Central.
The Red
Blue
Sox, don't get me
Jays,
started on the Red
the
Sox.
Orioles.
The Orioles.
Yes, that's.
So you're saying the AL East?
The AL East, yes, and then they're looking at the AL West.
Houston.
You know, Houston in particular.
Houston could be good. Texas might be all right.
You know, I mean, you look at there's not a lot of respect for the teams in the AL Central. That includes the Tigers. If you look at I watched an ESPN pundit say, then they're projecting of all teams the Chicago Cubs to win the World Series.
They do have a pretty solid
They have
team.
a pretty solid team. But
There's no respect for the AL Central.
But
Well,
the
we'll
Chicago Cubs are still going to have to deal with the team known as the St. Louis Cardinals.
yeah, but the Cardinals didn't really do much.
No.
Did they
Well,
have to?
No.
We'll find
not
out.
Really. Well, you look at the AL Central. Kansas City's the favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Then
the
I
most
would
part,
say
yeah.
Chicago, 2. I would say Detroit, 3.
You're going to put Chicago.
I'm going
Ahead
to
of
disagree
Detroit.
with that.
Yeah, I'm putting Chicago ahead of Detroit.
I disagree with that. I think Kansas City should be the favorite right now because of what they've done. But I'm going to say the Tigers is second right now.
Do you think they're a wild card team?
I do. I honestly do because I think of the hitting and I do think of the pitching has
Their
improved.
pitching's not that good.
And then let me finish. And then I think Chicago is 3. I think Minnesota's 4, and I think Cleveland is 5. What do you think?
I don't know. I'm going to put the White Sox 1 just because of Alex Vila. Mm-hmm. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to put the White Sox 1.
You have to put Kansas City the first.
Royals
right now.
are 1 for sure. Minnesota could surprise. They could take a step back. Remember a few years ago, Chicago
Right.
with their first year with Ventura challenged the Tigers, came down to the last 15 games, but then they
They tanked.
faded.
They faded.
You know, Minnesota didn't do much, but again, very young. They got some good young
They
hitting.
got some good young hitters, yeah. There's a couple I like.
Sano,
Sano's one of Sano's a big one I like.
whatever their second baseman's name is, Dozier.
Dozier.
They could be good.
The problem is with Minnesota is they can't pitch. Their pitchers are not the greatest.
Again, who knows what they got on the farm though?
Yeah, who knows what we got in the
Who
farm?
who knows these names we don't know about that
Well,
we
I
soon
still
will
think
know.
nobody's catching Kansas City. Kansas City is going. They have a bullpen. They have Their starting pitching you say is weak, but they'll figure a way. They'll fix it. And
They
then,
have
of course,
decent starters.
They have decent starters, but their bullpen is deadly, and that's why they're going to win this division.
Let me tell you whose
Whoever has-
bullpen is deadly. Think about the Yankees bullpen
Oh,
for a
yeah.
minute.
Chapman. Oh God.
Betances,
Pretentious.
Miller,
Miller.
and this Warren guy,
Oh my.
whatever his
God.
first name is.
That's scary.
That's murder.
I know.
That's absolute murder.
I feel bad for those in the AL East. My God.
But they're starting pitching. Who do they have?
CC.
He's washed up.
Are you saying that the Yankees bullpen could threaten the Royals bullpen?
I think the Yankees bullpen, because look at the Royals bullpen. Greg Holland is out.
Right.
Joaquin Soria.
So you're thinking the Yankees may have the best bullpen in baseball?
It might. And how long does Wade Davis last for?
That is true.
Is he going to be a stud again?
Well, that is true.
He's a 2-pitch guy.
Right. The Yankees are a team that you got to keep an eye on. Anthony's exactly right with the New York Yankees because their bullpen's scary.
I like their bullpen. What about their lineup?
Well, they got steroids at third.
You know, what's his name at first?
Right. Teixeira.
Teixeira, Jacoby Ellsbury.
Ellsbury.
How
I mean,
they're getting older
They're
too.
getting older too.
exactly. So I'm
They
not.
they don't have anybody really up from the farm. Their farm's not that good.
I think their farm is pretty good, but
so?
who knows? We don't know these guys.
Who knows?
The team that I'm not thrilled with, that is getting a lot of love, is the Red Sox. It's like you get David Price, you get a closer. They got Kimbrel,
Yeah, Kimbrel.
and you get Dave Dombrowski, and everyone is
Because
thinking
Dombrowski's a proven winner.
he is. But did he win a World Series with
No.
the Tigers?
No. And now
No, he
he's
is
with
not.
Boston. Now he's with Boston. He could blow up their farm system.
Yeah, but look who else Boston has. Pablo Sandoval,
Sandoval.
Hanley Ramirez.
They're like the Yankees right now.
Oh,
just
my
old.
God.
I don't like Boston. I don't think they're that good. The Orioles aren't that great. Tampa might be taking a step back.
Yep.
Who's pitching for the Blue Jays? I don't
Right.
think the East is that good.
No, well, it's New York's division. I think it's New York and Boston.
I think right now you got to say it's Blue Jays
Yeah, New York. Well, Toronto possibly. Maybe.
because they won it last
They
year.
won it last
they
year.
still return
Still returned
their
a lot.
their
They
lineup.
still got some pitching they got to address.
Yeah.
But the AL Central, I think it's going to come down to Kansas City, Chicago, Detroit.
Let me just tell you. Let me make the case for the Tigers. Can I make the case for the
Guys,
Tigers?
can we do final thoughts?
Yeah, let me make the case for the Tigers real quick. Their depth is improved on their pitching staff and in their lineup.
No.
Think about their
No.
pitching. Instead of now calling up
No.
Guido Knudsen,
No.
you can call up
No.
Shane Green if he's improved and he's
No.
healthy.
No. They're done for. They're finished.
I could
You
say
know it.
Greg Maddox is
And I
sitting on
tell
their
you,
bench,
it's
and
time
you would
for
say
you-
no.
It's time for you to be royal.
We'll be right back with
Be
Between
royal.
Taorminas on ONTV.
Be royal. Hello, Oakland County. This is Sammy Taormina talking OA now. In it, we'll talk various stories from ranging from the state to Oakland County teams affecting the OAA. Catch us here on OA now.
Hello, Lake Orion. It's Anthony Taormina, co-host of Between Taorminas. I want to let you know of a new show called History Now. In it, we're going to talk about global, national, and political events that occur in our lifetime. We're going to also have guests and also have co-hosts as well, and also plenty of surprises. Catch us on History Now here on ONTV. Welcome back to Between
Welcome back
Taorminas
to
on
Between
ONTV.
Taorminas on ONTV. Thanks for joining us.
You watch your mouth.
Let's talk about a big stadium series this weekend between my beloved Colorado Avalanche and the stupid, idiotic team known as the Detroit Red Wings.
Detroit can't score.
No.
They can't score. Colorado can score. That's
Yeah,
why I'm
we
saying
lost.
Colorado
Yes.
wins this game over Detroit.
I think
If Minnesota did what they did to Chicago, what makes you think that Detroit's going to go into Denver and beat them?
what does that have to do with anything?
Everything.
Minnesota and Chicago? What does that have to do with Detroit and Colorado?
Everything. Colorado, I think, is going to win this game pretty handily, and then Detroit is going to Detroit, when they go down to North Texas, they're going to absolutely clobber them at Stars. Stars are going to kill them 7-0.
7-0.
Yep.
Sounds like Howard's going to start that game, huh?
Yeah, it looks like your boy Jimmy Howard's going to start
Although he played pretty great last night. It's a darn shame couldn't get a win.
because you can't score.
Because the Red Wings are taking offensive advice from Andre Drummond. And
Yeah, they
his free throw.
can't
They're
score.
watching his free throw
They
practice.
can't score.
They
That's
can't
why I'm
score.
saying Colorado wins, because I think Colorado's going to have a huge game from Matt Duchene. And, of course, I think that Detroit's defense is not the greatest defense. And I think that
They got players out.
whatever. I think,
Cronwall and Erickson are out.
I think if you look at it here, Colorado wins this game pretty convincingly. Because they
know
can
what?
score,
I
Detroit
don't
can't
know
score.
what you think. I don't even want
Because
to
they can score, Detroit can't score. And we know how Detroit's fate's going to be when they go to North Texas. We all know that the Stars are going to absolutely devour them. 7-0.
I think Darren McCarty is going to pummel Claude Lemieux, and that's going to set the tone for the weekend. You wanted to talk about refs?
All right. First things first, go Avs, go. The Avalanche will beat the Red Wings. What Red Wing fans don't understand, they're nothing but beeps of the NHL. That is the fact. That is the truth.
Harsh.
That is
Talk
the
about
truth.
refs.
They're in denial.
Talk
All right,
about
I'm going to
refs.
talk about the refs, all right? So get off my shot. All right. First things first.
Get off my shot.
On Friday, there was a miscarriage of justice that occurred. It seems like to me, in my opinion, and there's obviously the opinions of many others, there are MHSA officials that do watch this program. I understand that. I feel like these last few games and last few weeks, I feel like that there is a bias against Lake Orion from some, not all, but some of the officials of the MHSA. Why is that? There's a stigma out there that Lake Orion seems to be getting everything that they want, that it's not the case. There's a stigma that everybody in Lake Orion is rich. That's not the case at all. And I don't think these officials get that. I don't think these officials understand that. All we just want is fairness. That's all I want. It's just fairness and things to, if you have a grudge against the team, then don't go and call that game. If you have a grudge against somebody, you know, the game should be about the kids. And if it's about the kids, then it's going to be fine. Now, as we made mention, the MHSA, the median of it is 56 years old. Obviously, they're taking steps to change that and trying to encourage more younger refs to officiate the game. But I mean, my advice to refs is this: if you hold a grudge against a certain school or against certain people in an organization, then you should not be calling it. You should not be calling that game. I mean, it's not fair to the kids. It's not fair to the kids. It's not fair to the coaches. It's not fair to the administration. So refs, I know that you get assigned, and I know that many of you do a great job officiating. I know it's a hard job, but if you hold a grudge against schools, you should not be calling the game.
That's why coaches get 4s and 5s out.
You got confirmed grudges being held?
Yes.
Confirmed grudges.
Oh yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot. There's some that do hold grudges. Not everybody. I mean, every ref is different. Everybody is different. But there are some who do hold grudges. And my point is that if you hold a grudge against somebody, if you hold a grudge against a team, if you're screwing over one team, like what happened on Friday, if you're
certified screw job?
Yes.
It was a certified, yep.
And I mean, you don't even talk to them, you know. And I reacted. I actually reacted. I slammed my hand on the table, and in frustration, I kind of got a warning. I had to excuse myself from the book. Sam took over, and I cooled off for half. But I mean, if a referee or someone, I mean, you give the referee a handful of power. I feel like that, and you know me, I want power, I want influence, and but you're entitled to give a referee a certain amount of power. I feel like the referees have, not all, but some, especially those who hold grudges against certain teams.
Goes to their head a little bit.
It goes to their head. They have too much power, and that power needs to be contained and controlled.
I think there are several Lions fans that might agree with you.
Yes, I know there are, but I know there's several. Dragon fans that agree with that, because I think there are some people that hold grudges. You know,
Right.
I mean, there's people that don't like me, and I understand that. But
That's easy to understand.
But you look at what's happened.
Right.
It is what is.
Yeah.
But these
We
refs
got-
should not be refereeing.
Well,
if
we
they have
gotta
grudges.
kind of end it this week, Sam.
Yeah. Okay.
It's tough to end it on a serious note, but you know. All right, Lake Orion, have a great night and see you soon on Between
Stay
Taorminas
safe.
on ONTV, and stay safe.